Oh, Jesus. Let's kill me. Thank you, my love. Thank you, my love. Hi guys, welcome back to Sissy's Pace. Today we are making magic with coconut. We are making 4 different coconut recipes. In here we have coconut ball, coconut chips, coconut flakes, and what have you. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you how to make every single thing here. You can see you can pack them as snacks for your toddler. You can even start a side hustle with it, or just do it anyhow you want. So if you want to know how I made these 4 different coconut recipes, please make sure you watch this video to the very end. Okay, let's go. So what I did now is to get my coconuts ready, and we are going to deshell this coconut. So we have to use ripe and matured coconut for this. And one of the hacks that I use for deshelling my coconut is putting it on fire for a few seconds before breaking it. That way the meat comes out very easy. And I also love to save my coconut water for fit farm days. So after deshelling our coconut and rinsing it, we are going to cut our coconut into tiny bits, not too thin and not too thick. Although this is not the strips we are using, we are still going to cut this smaller, okay? But to just get it easy to cut in a smaller size, you can just put it in strips like this at first. I'm making snacks for my baby. I'm making snacks for my baby. So this is a particular shape we are actually going for. So you see why the cutting into strips actually helps to make the cut easier. And I don't even know why I went through the stress of using my knife to cut the strip when I actually have a grater. Like I finished cutting it before I even remembered I could have used my grater to actually make this easier for me. But anyways, that is done. And after getting our coconut into the shape that we wanted, I added it into a bowl, added in a little bit of sugar, added in a little bit of water, and then I'm going to stir and mix everything till the sugar is completely dissolved and mixed with the water. Okay. And once that is done, into our pan, we are going to add in this our mixture, and then we are going to pan roast it on low heat for few minutes. This can take about 25 to 30 minutes depending on the quantity of coconut we are using. So we are just going to pan fry this on low heat. Emphasis on low heat, okay? And once it's starting to get brown, I realized that even the lowest part of this my gas was still high, so I moved it to a lower or a smaller gas size so that it will not get burnt. So that is just it. Once you see that it's starting to get brown like this, then your coconut flakes or coconut chips is ready. So this is what we have. For method 2, we are going to be making this coconut chips, and this is the grater I'm going to be using. I was supposed to use this grater in the first method. I don't know, I actually forgot, but we are going to be using this right now for this other method. Okay, so this one is actually very simple. Just get your grater, any grater you use for plantain chips or that you use for potato, just use it. Okay, and that is just it. For this particular one, I realized that the strips were actually too long for me, so I broke it into 2 to get shorter strips because I intend to use this one for parfait during the week. So that's the reason why I broke it into 2. And even after getting those long strips, I still broke the long strips into shorter strips. Okay, so for this one, I'm not adding sugar, I'm not adding salt, I'm not adding anything. and I'm going to be using my air fryer for this. You can also make use of your oven. And then I'm going to just spread this and make sure that it is evenly spread out. All right, so just spread it out evenly, and then I baked it in my air fryer for 30 minutes on 80 degree because I didn't want it to get burnt. Okay, so that's just it. And this is what we have after 30 minutes. So our coconut chips is ready, and so we are going to be moving on to our third recipe. So for recipe 3 and recipe 4, we are going to be using the same size, the same cut, the same slicing or what have you. So we are going to be using this size of our grater. I'm sure that every grater has that. So first of all, I started using this manual grater. It was, it was actually stressful, but the good thing is just that it actually gives the perfect slice that we actually need. But I was not ready to go through that stress. I was not ready to go through that stress at all. So I decided to just use something else. And then I just brought out my food processor. The slicer is not the exact slicer that would actually give me the perfect cut that I want. But please, I'm not just ready for stress. So it's best to just go with what we have. So we're just going to make use of my food processor. So we were done with that, and this is the cut that we have, and it's actually, it's manageable, although not perfect the way I would have wanted, but please, it's got the job done with lesser stress. So that's just it. So we're going to be using this for our two different other methods. So for recipe 3, into our frying pan, we went in with sugar, and also I didn't go in with anything safe, sorry. So we actually pan fried this sugar till it got dissolved. Pause. After which we are going to add in our coconut flakes into it, and then we are going to stir it very, very well. So remember to do this on low heat. All right, so we are just going to turn it, and just keep turning until there is no water in the pot anymore. When the water has dried up, you might think it's ready. Don't be fooled, it's not ready. You need to keep stirring and stirring until you start feeling like it's starting to gum together. When you start feeling like it's caramelized or whatever, then that's when it is ready. Okay, so when it has started coming together, you just spread it out into a tray. I'll allow it to cool for just few seconds, maybe like just 10 seconds, and then you start molding. So for the molding process, you have to be fast, because if this actually gets cool, you'll not be able to mold it again. Okay, so wash your hands and then just mold it into any shape that you want. At this point, it's still going to be warm. It's not going to be cold though, so just have to do a very fast work. And if you are using a larger quantity of coconut for this, you might just need an extra hand to help you, because this part you need to be very, very fast. It must not get cold though. So that is it. Our recipe 3 is done, and now we move to recipe 4. For recipe 4, into our same fry pan, we are going to add in some water, add a little bit of salt, add some sugar, and then we are going to mix this together until both sugar and salt are completely dissolved in the water. After this, we are going to add in our remaining coconut flakes, and then we are going to stir this, and remember to always cook on low heat. Now the purpose for this particular one is to just make sure that the water gets dried. Okay, so once the water is dried, it's going to start looking grainy, and you have to make sure that it is completely dried, like the water is completely dried and your pot is even about to start burning. Then you know that your coconut chips is ready. So you can enjoy this as an homemade snacks or start a side hustle with it and you're good to go. So these are all the 4 different variants of coconut chips that we actually made, and I hope you are going to try this at home. So let me use this medium to thank you for coming back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Your support means a lot to me. And if you are coming across my videos for the very first time, I want to say please don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment, and also turn on your post notifications so you can know when I post amazing videos like this. Because on this page we do everything lifestyle, recipes, DIYs. I even share my fitness journey, and that is it. So I'm going to see you on the next one. Bye. Mwah.